did you say?
That I might be able to extra pen.
Did you say, you said currently we're what?
I'll discuss, yeah, we're down to hello. All right, and we're ready to start the meeting?
Okay.
Yes, to start the meeting.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Approval of last month's minutes. Did everybody have a chance to take a look at them?
Yeah,
No problems right there.
Look
Can
fine.
I get a vote?
yeah.
I approve.
Okay.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Opposed, none. So then it usually goes to, I don't have my agenda. I forgot it's so bad to say, but
You usually say
I was
it
running
goes
so much
to the director
yeah.
or whatever.
I was running by, no, these are minutes.
Can I have a minute?
Thank you. Attendance already taken, considerations, guided coordinators report.
Yeah.
Neil.
Everybody's probably interested in the new full-time GTV coordinator, of which we don't have one yet. But we are scheduling interviews with the hiring subcommittee, and then after those interviews, the selectmen will interview them, and hopefully we'll have somebody within a couple weeks.
So we have people that are actively being interviewed.
No one's been interviewed yet, but.
Oh, okay.
yes, we're-
We have applications.
So we have applications.
The application deadline was a week ago. We've gone through them. We're picking people to
Okay, so
interview.
people did apply and we're, okay,
More than 10.
gotcha.
Ooh,
Okay, that's the next
okay.
question. More than one or two? Okay,
Very good.
all right.
I didn't know what to expect.
We received a resume at the school, and Dave said he went and brought it over to it was from Hudson. Do you recall any names?
Not names.
Not
but
names,
I remember
but-
somebody being from Hudson.
Okay, good, yeah. It did get, he was hoping it got channeled down quickly because it had been delayed, going to the school.
The way the scheduling, what I understand, I'm not on the committee for the
Right.
hiring, but what I understand is probably, most likely in a couple of months, the person probably will be in that position within like 2 months.
Yeah.
You're not on the
I would
committee
hope
for
even
hiring?
sooner.
I
Even
thought
sooner,
you
but
were.
late.
All right,
latest thing,
that's
so.
good.
I thought you were on the committee for
Nope.
hiring. You were on the committee for selecting?
Nope.
What, are you gonna be it? You put your name in?
No.
Excuse me.
Gosh, no. No, Goffstown couldn't pay me. So, all right. So we have, not that I wouldn't work here, they just
Right,
couldn't pay me
right,
enough.
yeah.
So, all right, so coordinators, you have handed out, did you want to go over the handout at all, or is it just for
That was
informational
for
purposes?
information,
Okay.
if you want to talk about it, if
Yeah.
you were there.
Yeah, these are the, well, why don't I just read it in, so we might as well just do it that way, because then I can attach it to the minutes. Cable franchise renewal and agreement. Derek presented highlights of the franchise renewal, no increase in cost to Comcast subscribers. The PEG capital funding of $25,000, that's the overall grant, was $25,000, specifically designed for equipment use, which will go to a modulator that will improve the quality of the channel greatly, and then an extra $10,000 for something else, I'm assuming. 03102 zip code settlement of $100,000 a GTV revolving fund for future capital funding provides for an inexpensive annual review to address any 03102 issues, provides additional live feeds to Goffstown, help me out,
High School Media Center.
Gash Media Center, Jim, Craig Heber Auditorium, softball and football press boxes. A majority of the board felt that the 100,000 zip code settlement should go to general fund, not to cable revolving fund. Sue stated that the cable committee had requested 250,000, but we could not negotiate that without increasing consumer costs. Therefore, we requested the 100,000 be used for this purpose so that we could achieve the selectmen's goal of no pass-throughs to Comcast customers. Before voting on this, Sue suggested that the board meet with cable committee as to why they need these funds. The board agreed. As of Monday, which I did send out an email to everybody, and everybody was notified just to make sure, I expressed the capital needs of GTV during the next 2 to 3 years. Playback system needs replacement is roughly about $18,500 just from replacing my previous system a year and a half ago. And lighting fixtures and studio cameras needs replacing, which is $35,000. Equipment is between 12 and 15 years old, which is true. Last summer, GTV was down for about 6 weeks because of equipment failed. A playback system needed to be sent out. He said understood the board's desire to offset taxes. He suggested that 40% of the settlement be deposited into the GTV revolving fund. Selectman Capizano stated that would follow the will of the voters at the last town meeting since the settlement is based on franchise fees. Vice Chairman LeMay moved. Selectman Diavanza, seconded to approve the cable franchise agreement and attachments passed 5-0, so that's done. And the selectmen moved to also put the 40% into the revolving fund. So currently,
What Jason just read is from the selectmen's summary
the
from
minutes.
the meetings, from the minutes that's
Yeah.
online.
So currently, right now, what is in is in the revolving fund?
Yeah,
currently right
because
now?
we've gone from like $100,000, $125,000 for equipment over 5 years to now
Well, no, yeah.
40,000.
Well, it's 40. It's 40,000. It's essentially because I had to make sure when they were going through that, because the wording's different on the contract, and I just wanted to be specific. But we're going to get 65,000, but 15's coming out right away for those modulators. So,
Right.
the
And
way
I
it works.
believe that it might have been all the wiring of all those press boxes.
It was the other
They might have been
10.
Taken up.
Yeah, I think that's the other 10. So the 40,000 is the equipment money. But we also, with the 112,000, right away there's an $8,500 for equipment plus a $3,500 for contracted equipment and maintenance. So there's also $12,000 right from the beginning. So when it starts, so 40 plus 12 is, $52,500 or whatever around there. That's right off the bat. And every year for the next 5 years, that same amount, if not higher, because we're adding in the monies that were lost to Manchester.
Gotcha.
Or
okay.
so that 112 might actually even be 120 next year, or 118.
Okay.
So it could change a little bit. So that in our benefit. So my feeling was that and I hope everybody kind of agrees, tax relief is a wonderful thing, and I agree with that. I just don't think that's a fight we needed to have regarding that money. I think everything has gone very smoothly. I think the citizens have voted for the revolving fund. Everything has gone very smoothly, and there should be no issues
Okay.
going forward. So, I think.
Certainly would be nice to have 100,000.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course, but you know what? I think,
It's slowly been whittled down like the past, so I was just curious like where we
We're still
stood.
taking a huge leap forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Very worse.
It's not as big a leap as we had thought.
Yeah,
I
but
just didn't want the new coordinator to come in and face the same problems that the last coordinator had, which was going to Radio Shack to hobble together stuff because there's only so much money in the budget.
And the selectmen, to their credit, there was the vote seemed to be that it was not going to the $100,000 directly, and they compromised with that, and they understood the direction and the plan, the overall plan. So.
And then 2% of the annual franchise fees comes out to, on average, roughly, what is it, 112, 115, 120,000. And GTV, moving forward, will get that each year.
Yeah. So.
That's double what the budget used to be.
That's decent.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Yeah, okay.
absolutely. So it will, and because now when did 112,000, has that been deposited yet, or has that been received? How has this been working?
The revolving fund, I believe, was set up at the beginning of April.
Okay.
And I don't recall off the top of my head if they seeded it with money or if they're putting money in as it comes in.
Okay.
They'll need money to pay.
Because it must be quarterly payments, but they must.
They're paying the employees out of that fund now.
Yeah, correct. Okay. So, and that's something it's a curious question. Maybe I'll send to Sue just to see how much is in that account, because I'm curious to know if it was the 112,000 put right away, and that was the estimated amount, or if they're going to put it quarterly, like they receive checks as the check comes in 2%, and which is fine. That's what I thought. Yeah. So as long as there's enough to keep it going for now, that's good. All right, wonderful. That's great. Financial reports. Are we doing okay? Everything's great?
I think all I've spent, other than the employee salaries, all I've spent is I bought a case of 9-volt batteries for the microphones.
That's
and
good.
some AA batteries for probably the microphone receivers or something.
So you didn't exceed the budget then?
No.
Okay.
Less than $100.
Town information?
By good batteries?
Got them from a medical supply company.
Okay.
So,
Anything town information wise?
no.
No,
Well,
nothing.
this-
School information is not here, but there was an inquiry by the teacher, and I just want to make sure that I put this down, that, and say this. I think there was a tad bit of a misunderstanding at the last meeting. The gentleman that was from the schools was here.
Kurt?
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you, Kurt. And he, I think my feeling was that we were going to work with the schools and start training with the schools when we had the time. I think Kurt thought that we were going to start right away and start training him during the day and start doing that. I think there's numerous things that need to be worked out, and I think that should probably start when the coordinator starts and he has start training the teacher, even if it's 4 weeks from now, and the coordinator comes in and says, hey, wonderful, I'm ready to go, I'll start working with the teacher tomorrow, that's great, wonderful, but I think that we kind of hold off. I think there was a tad bit of a miscommunication there, definitely on my part.
Well, Kurt, I caught him in the, trying to get out of the front office. I go down to get mail, and he was there, and I kind of cornered him, and I said, when are you going to go see Dave? Dave's here, but it was one night when you were showing, and he said, well, I'll try, but that was too short a notice. He had a meeting and all that stuff. A couple of days later, he went over and saw Dave and talked with Dave. Dave gave you a message on email when he,
Right.
whatever. But it was more or less, he was coming to see what can be done, what's going to be doing, and actually talk to Dave, what do they do, and all that stuff. And yes, until Dave has time to do that, the coordinator.
Yeah, and I also think that just from what I understand and what's been going on, I think because we put a new switcher system in there and a couple of new items along the way, I think Dave is still working on trying to learn a lot of the different things that are and all the intricate parts that are involved in that, and so I just don't want to put undue pressure on Dave to have to do that plus
Dave
what he's
will
doing.
tell you right out.
Yeah, so. That's my feeling of why we kind of should slow down and wait, because it's the end of the year anyways. Kids are going to be graduating soon. If he wants to come in the summertime and learn, he can sit there all day long and learn all day, and he'll know everything by September and start the ground running. But right now, it's kind of a little late to get the kids in there because we're talking middle of May. They're going to be gone by in a month. So, you were going to say something?
But anyway, like I said, he actually did do a face-to-face with Dave.
Yeah, it does. Like Dave sounds like, talking to him, like he'll be able to schedule it himself.
Yeah, that's
as he has the time.
Right.
So.
Because he's the only one there right now.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of teaching and whatever learning, remember I said I needed to back up, and on the way home I wrote him and Dave, Sue, and said on the way home I realized, wait a minute, I'm a volunteer. I don't think I have the
Authority?
The right, not the ability, the right to legally give out passwords.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was, do volunteers do the requirement of instruction? And so I wrote to the two of them, and I got the response. He's the only one today, the only one that could give out a password to another volunteer. And so that stopped that. And also, we're going to wait till the coordinator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we might be talking
Right.
2-3 weeks at tops. And
You're right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's.
It would be nice the next meeting if that person was here. That'd be great. Wonderful. I'd love to have a coordinator visiting the meetings. Every
Right.
a little bit more discussion involved, I guess. So.
But I just wanted to let you know that, and I also copied Pam on both my questions and their responses, and she says, great, we can wait.
Oh, cool. Good.
Yeah, so.
Anything else, guys? All right. Action, we have none. New business. I have something, but anybody else have anything? I can wait.
Well, what about our guests?
Oh, I guess. Oh, we didn't have any attendance, but we can wait in 2 seconds. We'll have you up there. Yeah, if you want to. I was informed by Sue that we have an opening for a full-time member. I believe the James Pingree has termed out.
Stepped away.
It termed out, and I think we have one open. So it's either, I think the two that seem to be involved the most are you two, so I was wondering if either one of you wanted to become full-time members. I didn't know. I'm not going to turn around.
I don't want to be.
Okay. All right. So,
I
David,
love
would you
being an alternate.
would you like to be a full-time member?
Yes, I would.
All right. So I need a vote from the board to recommend David as a full-time member.
I'll second it.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Perfect. And then everybody's good.
Now, does he have to fill out that
He's got to go. You have to
paperwork?
go fill out the form to request to be a full-time. That'll go in front of the selectmen, and the selectmen will, I assume,
Yeah.
will
You
pass
can
it.
write a letter saying the board recommends.
Yeah, I'm going to send an email to Sue, yeah, so she can forward that to the rest of the board. Okay.
I don't think you need to go in front of the selectmen.
No.
it's just,
They already know me.
just the paperwork.
Yeah,
It's the same thing like you just
Yeah.
filled out for renewal.
Yeah.
Right,
And you did, too.
yeah.
What? Oh, I thought I did vote. All in favor?
Um,
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, good,
yeah.
thank you.
Thank God for parliamentary procedure.
Yeah. All right, and that, is anybody else have new business? No? Would you like to speak, or are you just here to visit?
Just a second.
Yeah.
Come right up, tell us who you are.
My name's Eric Greenland. I teach at Goffstown High School. Been involved with GTV, doing some fun shows. And I had some concerns when I came here a couple months ago. Came here back today, and I'm thrilled that new coordinator's on his way. I had some points in my head that I kind of wanted to bring up, but it sounds right now that we're just waiting for the coordinator to step in, and I was just hoping I could come to meetings like I'm doing and maybe talk to the new guy and try to throw my ideas his way.
Yeah.
And I think it's great that GTV's looks like it's getting ready to take its next step. So
Eric, now
very exciting.
we're going to actually have an opening for an alternate.
I was going to say, we
So
have an
if you-
alternate opening happening.
So if
pretty
you
soon.
want to put your name in, if you live in Goffstown,
Yeah.
please, please,
As a
put it in
committee
there.
member, as an alternate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that would, that's, hey, we encourage anybody.
What is that? Oh, well, thanks. At least I'm somebody.
Oh,
You should sit on this side of
I
to
didn't
be on
bring my
TV.
paper.
You sit on this side of the table.
Exactly. It's really,
Yeah, so
it's great and fun. so.
again, I'm just thrilled that it seems the new coordinator position's happening, and I'm just excited for what's around the corner.
Yes, we all are. I
And
think.
I don't want to sit here and bore you with stuff that you guys know, the problems that you're having with your equipment and manpower and labor, so it's pretty exciting. That's really all I got to add.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much.
Is there application?
Yeah, go on.
Online.
Yeah. Go online, and then you just have to drop it off at the administration's office,
Cool.
the
All right.
town manager's
Town's
office.
office, right.
These are the things that I was going to touch on, but
Oh,
I
okay.
think you all know about them, and
Yeah,
Schedule, programming.
just
we can talk about that after. Anyway, some of the
Yeah.
specifics. So.
yeah. I figure when the new coordinator comes, that's going to be his. He can do what he wants, but we're all for all
Sound
ideas.
quality is something you should definitely touch on.
And
when he gets here.
Modulators.
The modulators are actually gonna-
Is that what it is?
Right,
Is it-
right.
Is that where you get that
Okay.
hiss from?
There's partial. Partial is that. Well, we can talk about it. But are everybody all
Yeah.
set with everything else? We good? We all set? All right.
guess so.
A motion to adjourn.
A second.
All right. Second. All right. Good. Thanks,
Aye.
guys.
No, is that where the modulator for the?